AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
Hey, Will. Hey, bud.
Cassie Spuzzy.
Oh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do.
Muso.
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world.
And Mr. Toby Tom Blake. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. Yes, it's a hump day, but the Saints practice, which means we have Ross Jackson. Oh, man. You were too quick on the trigger. And we even practiced it, Muse. And Ross Jackson. Ross, what up, dude?
My guy. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Yeah, what did you think?
I'm digging it. Second time was better than the first time,
Yeah.
but I think you got that note.
It's helpful
yeah.
whenever the producer doesn't drop it in way too early while the host is still talking.
I love it. It's a great option one. I can't wait to see what else we try.
I mean, that feels very presumptive.
Well, we had discussed a couple other ones last time, or we had discussed one other one, Jazzy Jeff being thrown out of the house.
Oh, yeah.
And we discussed we were on a break.
That's right. Yep. We'd also do buttered toast from Ed, Ed, and Eddie, but I don't know if anyone knows that reference.
I do. That's fantastic, Ross. That's so good.
Why? I don't get it. You got to explain.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie cartoon back in the day. There's one of all three characters are named some different variation of the name Ed.
Okay.
One of them is a more like lumbering kind of doofus. He had a thing, and you have to tell me now if I do the impression right. But he had a thing where every now and then he would talk about buttered toast, but instead of saying buttered toast, he would say buttered toast, and it always sounded kind of goofy, and it was great.
And why would you want that? Not that I'm opposed to it, but why would you want that?
I don't know. I kind of see myself as kind of a doofus in a fun way.
No.
I'm down with that. Like a good doofus. Like a goofus.
If you want buttered toast, we can do buttered toast. That's fine.
I mean, dude, we can do some buttered toast. That's very, very California.
Cassie has a Taylor Swift song that we did have like some Italian guy going like, I'm walking here. And I was like, you know what? Cassie's a huge Swiftie. And I was like, let's just do something from Rep, excuse me. Let's go with What You Made Me Do. And so that, I think it works. I like it a lot. Cassie likes it.
That's excellent.
You know?
Yeah, it works.
She's on it.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's the one. It's probably the one that I dance to the most when I'm hearing all the different drops.
Oh yeah.
That one gets the shoulders moving a little bit.
Did you go? Did you watch Tay at the Dome when she was there a couple years ago?
No, I didn't. I did get to enjoy the big friendship bracelet out in front, though. That was pretty cool. Yeah. And I enjoyed the incredible stuff that was going on in the Fringe Quarter with like all the little pop-up concerts and people singing karaoke and everything like that. That was awesome.
One of the most amazing scenes I have ever seen in New Orleans when Taylor Swift was there. I took Erica. Shout out to our friends at Mockler. They hosted us. And took Erica to the show and her friend Danae. The three of us went. And first of all, it was one of the most incredible shows. I've been to, I don't know how many hundreds of live shows in my life. Incredible show. Whether you like Taylor Swift's music or not is inconsequential. The show was amazing. And the vibe and energy in the city was unreal. Yeah, people were happy. There was so much love and friendliness, and it was wonderful. Like no one could be opposed to that. It was incredible.
Right. Right. It was awesome.
Okay. I still hate the Kansas City Chiefs, and Travis Kelce can kick rocks, and I hate that my wife has all this Chiefs crap just because of the guy that Taylor Swift dated, who she's now married to. I cannot wait for him to retire, so I never have to hear about the Kansas City freaking Chiefs in my house ever again. It's like, no, we're fans for life. Like, no, the hell you aren't. You will never be. You will never care about the Chiefs again because they're going to suck. Holmes will get old. He'll suck. They'll suck. You'll never think of him again. Okay. Anyway, Saints at practice on Wednesday after a day off. What was the big takeaway?
Barion Brown's a stud, dude. Man, he is so fun to watch, and he has kind of eclipsed very quickly the camp darling guy to just being a player that now everybody's kind of wondering, like, oh, okay, now how do you take advantage of all of this in the offense going into the regular season? He has been just an awesome playmaker all the way through, everything from dominating one-on-ones to putting together some, great catches in team drills. The Saints did sort of a simulated 2-minute drill, end of half type situation to where the offense was marching down the field, down 3. And Spencer Rattler was able to hit Barion Brown over on the right sideline. Brown slipped from under the corner to be able to get the catch and then picked up 36 yards just flying down the right sideline. I mean, this dude just keeps making plays. And he is easily the biggest takeaway from today.
If only he had a quarterback any of his 4 years in college to throw him the football. I mean, thought we were going to have it last year with Nussmeier. Nuss got injured, and Brown was still LSU's leading receiver. But can you imagine, the what if? The other big thing I think that was interesting today was Kellen Moore talking about the injuries. And, Kendre Miller, he's got a back. I don't want to overreact, but how can you not, considering his history? What do we know?
Yeah, look, the thing that we know is that it's not considered a major injury. It's kind of being described as, tweaking his back. And so they're just kind of taking it easy with him. But, there's no need to pretend, right? I mean, the long running list of injuries throughout his career. And the one thing that he needed to really, really do, or one of the things he needed to really, really do going into this year was not miss time due to injury during training camp. And he did such a great job over the course of the offseason, dedicating himself to rehabbing. He was at the facility almost every day, or at least he was every day that he could be there, trying to come back from that ACL injury that hit week 7 against the Bears. And then now to get back out on the field. And then there to be another new injury. And that's the thing that's been so interesting around Kendre is, it's been MCL injury. He had a calf and hamstring stuff, and then he had the ACL injury, and then now it's a back injury. It's just kind of all different things every time. And so, look, it might be minor, but it's going to cast a shadow over what Kendre Miller's trying to do, which is prove that he can be healthy, prove that he can stay on the field, and then get out on the field, because there's no question about the talent when he's there, but he needed to answer a health question this offseason, and this isn't a great start.
Yeah. What about Christian Miller?
Yeah, Christian Miller dealing with it's a toe injury. Those are always a little scary. I think Saints fans hearing toe injury, there's automatically some trauma associated with that. But it sounds like this one is maybe a minor thing. Kellen Moore described it as a little toe situation, which I don't think meant literally his little toe. I think it's as to say it's a small toe injury. But, he also said he didn't have a lot of information yet. And so there is a little bit of a we'll see around it. But we did see him. He was out on the field. He was there. He just didn't participate in team drills and things like that. And so maybe we'll get a little bit more clarity on that going into tomorrow's practice. But, certainly not can take many more hits, that defensive tackle or defensive.
Ross Jackson is with us at Ross Jackson NOLA. You can read him for free at LouisianaSports.net. You can listen or watch for free over at Locked On Saints. Ross, what position battle or battles now almost a week into camp are maybe starting to materialize?
Yeah, I think, the QB2 one, it was an interesting one going in, but it's just been so clear that Spencer Rattler is the better quarterback on the football field right now when it comes to that conversation. I think there's a lot of value to a Zach Wilson and what he can bring from the experience in the NFL and making your young quarterbacks better and everything like that. He's got a clear ability to be able to do that with his experience and with his knowledge and just managing expectations, things like that. But it's very, very clear from a field standpoint that Spencer Rattler is the better situation there when it comes to the performance. And so I think that is beginning to crystallize at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints eventually start getting some phone calls considering quarterback situations around the NFL. Certainly they should get those phone calls because like Spencer Rattler's looked really, really strong here throughout the course of camp. And then I guess the other place that I would point would be the kicker competition, which continues to kind of have this back and forth. It still feels like Charlie Smith is in the lead, but we got to see a lot more of Tanner Brown over the course of today. He had 3 kicks today alone of 2 kicks. No, that's right. 3 kicks today of 50 plus yards, 1 from 54 or 1 from 52, 1 from 54, 1 from 56. The 1 from 52 was in that 2-minute environment that they were working on at the end of practice to where they had 30 seconds left on the clock on a running clock and they had to sprint the field goal unit out. So not a lot of time to sit there, get lined up, take a breath, all this other stuff. Really good display from Tanner Brown to be able to get out there and then drill that kick. And then linebacker is becoming a really interesting one too, because we're watching guys like Isaiah Stallbird and Jackson Sermon, who the Saints signed this offseason, rotate a little bit. Now Chris Rumpf, who was an edge rusher last year, has moved over to linebacker. They love what Chris brought to this team last year from a special team side of things. So it's going to create an interesting conversation inside that linebacker room about who that 4th, 5th, potentially 6th linebacker is that you keep, including the practice squad spot or spots. And so those have been pretty intriguing thus far.
We always ask about rookies, and there's always a UDFA somewhere along the line that makes it. Any rookie draft pick or UDFA outside of Barion Brown that's turning heads?
Yeah, I mean, Bryce Lance, the ball always seems to find its way to him. It's clear that he's somebody that these quarterbacks trust, particularly Spencer Rattler, because they worked so much together in the second team. So he's been somebody that's really kind of established. I think Lorenzo Styles, who ran a 4.27 40-yard dash with an injured labrum at the combine, then had labrum surgery, and now he's already back. He's kind of been operating as the 3rd star/slot player. And when he gets his opportunities in one-on-ones and things like that, he tends to be very physical, play for the whistle type, all those other things, always around the ball, plays pretty well in those situations. Then you add on top of what he can bring you on the special team side. I think that he's somebody that is working to really kind of gain some footing with the coaching staff. And then from a UDFA perspective, the numbers aren't going to work in his favor just because the Saints have so many edge rushers. But edge rusher Mike Heldman out of Central Michigan. Yeah, I think I said Chattanooga the other day, but Central Michigan.
How dare you screw up your directional school?
I know. Something about Chippewas got me, but he's been somebody that has just consistently shown up and made plays both in the run game and in the passing game, and so he's probably the UDFA that stood out the most to me so far.
He's Ross Jackson at Ross Jackson NOLA, LouisianaSports.net, and Locked On Saints. Get all his content there. Let me tell you, man, the Saints camp observations piece that you write every day. Whew. I mean, man, that is.
Thank you, dude.
That is something. It is something. I mean, it is. I cannot imagine the time it takes to take the notes, write the notes. I have had to edit the notes before when I've proofread it for a publication. But it's awesome. It's great work. So make sure you get it. It's always free over at LouisianaSports.net. We appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Take care. Stay safe. Talk to y'all soon.
All right, man. That's Ross Jackson. It's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics. Yet today, I was at the press conference for Lane Kiffin, and they always have a step and repeat behind the coach. A step and repeat is like the banner with the logos on it and all, right? So it's always just have like the logo thing behind the coach. And FMOL Health is the new logo on the step and repeat behind Lane Kiffin. So you will get to see plenty of it behind Lane Kiffin, all of that logo behind Kiffin for all his press conferences throughout the year. It looks great. Beautiful deep purple color too. Popped. It was awesome. Anyway, that's maybe just the media nerd in me noticing things like that. But, of course, it's another illustration of the importance and the relationship that FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, has as the championship health partner of LSU Athletics. And, yes, they take care of the LSU athletes on the field, but also the student center there at LSU's campus. And then, everyday champions like you and me, if it's the Lake urgent care clinics for Lake after hours, if it's, cancer care, if it's heart, if it's stroke, if it's pediatrics, if it's your general practitioner like Curtis Chastain, Dr. Chastain, who's my GP at the Our Lady of the Lake Men's Health Group. You get world-class care right here at home. I trust the lake. FMOLhealth.org/LSU. All right, y'all, it's After Further Review. Glad you are rolling along with us here on this Monday edition. No, it's not Monday. No, it's not. It's Wednesday. Monday was 2 days ago. It's not Monday. It's Wednesday. Well, now I got a quick break. When we come back, I want to jump back into that Lane Kiffin press conference because I did ask him specifically about two players, a very notable freshman and a redshirt freshman who surprisingly took reps with the first team defense on the first day of practice. Let's hear what Lane Kiffin had to say about those guys when we return on AFR.
After Further Review.
And our Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Yes, they can help you with ED treatments, but it's so much more. We talk about hormone replacement therapy every day as well. Man, if you're currently on HRT and you're not at Goodwood, you're probably overpaying. There's no membership fees. It's the lowest prices with never any contracts. And your blood labs that you should be doing every 6 months, they pick up the cost. So if your current clinic is passing that cost along to you, it's probably time to switch. YourGoodwood.com, YourGoodwood.com, YourGoodwood.com. And they have peptide therapy. Had someone ask me this morning, man, got back pain. What's the thing you always talk about? Well, it's BPC 157, Body Protection Compound 157. It's a pentadecapeptide. It's 15 different amino acids. The strand together help accentuate your body's muscle recovery and tissue repair. If you have injury, recovering from surgery, whatever it may be, that could be a great option. Learn more. YourGoodwood.com. YourGoodwood.com.
After Further Review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit YourGoodwood.com.
It is a little bit different maybe than a first day in the past because there have been so many kind of OTA type of days and things where you have your team where before so many guys were brand new today. But we're following kind of a ramp-up program, to prevent injuries, one that we kind of started last year, just looking at, being fresh at the end of season, injuries in the first 5 days. So this is a shorter practice than our traditional ones used to be.
Lane Kiffin meeting reporters after day one their fall camp out on the Ponderosa at LSU. Tigers will be back at it on Thursday, but they'll practice at 6:30 p.m. So there will be media availability in the evening. First time, mentioned earlier, this is my 20th season covering LSU football. This is the first time that I recall ever LSU having a night practice, or at least a night practice where media was invited to attend. There might be, let me rephrase. A year ago, they did a Saturday scrimmage. It was an evening scrimmage. It was the one where, I guess now infamously, Nuss was not throwing the ball at all. It was just kind of like waving a towel. But as far as a practice, not a scrimmage, notwithstanding a practice out on the Ponderosa, first time I can remember this, 20 years. But in any event, when we went out to practice, there was a couple of notes that I took that I thought were significant. And obviously, we were all watching Sam Levitt, but there was a few things defensively that I was interested in. First was Lamar Brown. And while I understand there's going to be people on the defense who, in theory, this year should have a far bigger impact than Lamar Brown coming in as a true freshman, there's so much intrigue there because we have talked about Lamar Brown for so long, y'all. I mean, he was such a star early in his career at U-High. He accelerated up all the recruiting boards. He's been this national prospect. He was the number one, interior lineman in the country, and then he was playing both ways. And where was he going to settle? And then we learned that LSU, the former staff, was recruiting him as an edge, and that's what he wanted to play, and that's what this staff was recruiting him as well. And he did not early enroll, so he was not here for spring ball, but he was at darn near every practice, standing there, watching the edge rushers, watching the drills, going through everything. So it was really cool for the first time, finally, to see Lamar Brown on the field in an LSU uniform, and we got to see that today. So I asked Lane Kiffin his impressions, not really after one practice, but just because what can you really tell? But his impressions of Lamar Brown joining the team.
Lamar is a great height, weight, speed combination, and very rare to find. And he's an awesome kid, really intelligent, really well-spoken, has really good thoughts when you meet with him, about being great and what it takes. And so it's awesome for him to kind of be the first guy I met when I was here. You guys on my couch, basically, in the office, whatever, the first night. So that's kind of a cool story for it to happen to be such a great kid. So we're really excited about him, his ability to do multiple things. Again, that'll take a little time. They just got here.
I think it was interesting to hear Lane say it was going to take a little time. And he talked a little more about freshman expectations. Let's hear that in a second. But I don't know that Lamar has the luxury of a ramp up. I think they're going to need him because, and I'm not saying they're going to need him to go be a 50 snap a game guy, but you've got Prince William Monmielen and Jordan Ross. They're locked in as your starters. Gabe Relaford was your next guy. He unfortunately tore his ACL in the spring. And so the next up were Damian Shanklin and Dylan Carpenter. Dylan Carpenter, the local kid from Santa Maria, is now in his 4th year, played really well in the spring. Now you got to translate it to the field and SEC action and all, but this is a guy now in his 4th year, has been around a long time, and it's time. He's stuck it out. It's time. But the most interesting part about all that conversation is day one of practice, when the twos ran out there, Lamar Brown was running with the second team at left end. It was Lamar Brown and Dylan Carpenter. So now that's got to hold, and you've got a month. I mean, today's August the 5th. It's 1 month to the opener. You got a month, and we'll see, but 55 is going to have to give you rotational snaps against Clemson week 1. And there's other guys out there who might factor in, but he's a guy who you heard Lane say, the size, speed, weight, that whole thing. I mean, they have him listed at 6'4", 295. I mean, he's a whole grown man right now at 18. And he has been for a long time. I mean, Lamar is if you've ever met him, stood next to him, he's a massive human. So the physical adjustment that a lot of times young people have, making the adjustment from high school into major college football, I don't think that's a thing for Lamar. At least not the steep curve that it's normally been. But this was Lane trying to temper expectations, talking about freshman impact.
Freshmen now, if you look at it, are not impacting quite as much as they used to before. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just speaking in general. I think everybody expects all these freshmen to just have these elite freshman year, and that's not really what's happening a lot around the country because rosters don't have as many holes because they're filled by portal players. So where before players were forced to play a little more as it. So I might just temper some expectations on all these freshmen that every one of them is going to start and be All-American.
I can certainly appreciate tempering the expectations, not to say they're not going to start and be All-American. But as we have talked about a lot, looking at deep diving into how Lane Kiffin's building his roster, that's true. Like, they are not building the roster through the high school ranks. They are recruiting elite-level high school players that can make an immediate impact or character guys that are willing to come in and wait their turn. And if they don't, you haven't lost anything because you didn't pay them. The guys they're paying are the immediate impact portal guys. Like, that much is very clear. It's how they're doing it. But Lamar Brown is a guy you look at and go, oh, he's going to play. Like, he's going to play against Clemson. I'm not telling you he's going to play 50 snaps against Clemson, but will he play 15 to 20 snaps against Clemson? Yeah, probably. I mean, he'll probably get a couple of series each half. I think that is a very reasonable expectation for Lamar Brown in the first game of his college career. That was cool to see. By the way, I'm going to post a video on social later. I haven't posted it yet because I did take a video of Lamar hitting the sled. And, Sterling Lucas is out there working with the edge rushers, and Lamar hits the sled and then walks around. And Coach O today spent time. Well, it'll be interesting to see because Coach O wasn't here in the spring, where he settles in working with the guys. He was with the edge rushers today. And so Coach O was kind of working with Lamar as he came off his rep, which was cool to see. I have video of it, but I'll post it later. The big surprise of the day was when that first-team defense ran out there in the drill that we got to see, everything was exactly what we expected. I mean, maybe who was going to be tackles. It was Deuce Geralds and Malik Blockton, but everything else was exactly what you thought, except safety. Now, Ty Benefield was there, but the other safety was not Tamarcus Cooley. And Tamarcus Cooley is an incumbent. I mean, he was the starter last year along with A.J. Halsey. Halsey's now with the Indianapolis Colts. They bring in Ty Benefield. You would think Benefield Cooley, bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. It was Jhase Thomas who was running with the ones today next to Ty Benefield. I asked Lane Kiffin about it.
And Jhase really has done a good job. He can play multiple things, and so we rotate a lot of guys through early in camp for competition.
Okay. He did not have a lot to say, and that's okay. And I am not in any way suggesting that Jhase Thomas is going to be the starter. He's going to hold on to that job. He's going to be the guy starting the opener against Clemson. I am not suggesting that in any way. What I am saying is if you have an incumbent at a position who played a lot of football for you a season ago, started every game for you, and is back, and a younger player who was on the team a year ago and redshirted is taking the first rep, yes, I am very interested in watching that. I did not think we were going to be watching safety as one of the position battles this spring because you had an incumbent. But you look at Tamarcus Cooley last year, dude played 777 snaps a season ago for LSU. I mean, the smallest number he played in any game was against Southeastern in the blowout. He played 21 snaps. They took the starters out. So, yeah, I am surprised, very surprised, that Cooley wasn't out there. So now it tells you it's something to watch. And Lane's saying we got guys that we think are good, we're going to rotate them. Well, we saw Fahim Delane. Aiden Hall from Edna Carr was there as an early enrollee in the spring. Like, are these guys that are going to get first-team reps? I don't know. I'm not suggesting they are. I'm not telling you they aren't. But Lane said we have guys we like. We're going to rotate them and see. So that is now a position battle we got to watch. How do the interior defensive line reps sort out? How do the receiver reps sort out? The running back order. And very clearly, one of those safety spots is up for grabs. Because even though you have an incumbent, Tamarcus Cooley don't have that locked down because he didn't even take the first rep today. So something else worth keeping an eye on as they start their way through camp. We'll certainly keep you posted. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, title sponsor for Hump Day shows all throughout the year. We're glad you're with us. Always love telling you about Evamore, EVAMOR, Evamore.com, Evamore.com. Delicious, smooth, natural artesian water. National distribution, which is actually a really cool story when you think about it, man. I mean, it's a natural artesian well on the North Shore in Covington. They built the bottling facility around the well. Like when you turn on the property, you see the well right there. And they have grown this brand to have national distribution, which is just awesome. It's a great product. It's a Louisiana company. So support a great Louisiana company and do something good for yourself and your family. Drink Evamore, EVAMOR, Evamore.com. Available at great local retailers and online. 20, 32, and 64-ounce bottles. Evamore.com, Evamore.com. EVAMOR, Evamore.com. All right, y'all, it's After Further Review. Jimmy will be here in 15 minutes for Otter Locks. Find out what we're betting on tonight. Losing night for the Otter last night. He told us in text that there were a couple of late collapses, something like that. So was he 2-4? Is that what he told us?
He was 2-3. Without the lake, before the lake collapses, he was turning to 4-1.
Okay.
Ended up 2-3.
Yeah. And aside from that, how was the play, Mrs. Lincoln? Right?
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, it's what it is. There were late collapses.
You are what your record says you are.
Bingo.
Yeah.
That's why we keep score. This is a meritocracy. It's a radiocracy here. But what we're talking about in betting is meritocracy.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why we have sports. That's why we keep scoring sports. All right, we'll do Otter Locks coming up. See what Jimmy's got for us. Stay here. It's AFR.
After Further Review.
If you're thinking of selling your home, call Darren James. Get your home sold. 335-7666. 335-7666. 335-7666 or agent225.com. Agent225.com. Back to school is here. This is an awesome time if you're looking to buy. When the market shifts after back to school, if you're thinking of buying, man, jump in the market right now. And if you need to sell your home, you need the best. You need Darren James. As a matter of fact, I was just looking at this. Darren's got one listed on False River. Look at this. I've been looking at this property for a long time. It is a gorgeous property on False River. 2 stories, an amazing balcony on the master bedroom on the second floor. gorgeous fountain out front. I'm telling you, you've got to check out this property that Darren has listed. If you've ever thought of living on or near Falls River, you got to check it out. Agent225.com. Agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Get my notes. The second meeting at the governor's mansion is tonight. I was over at the parish office yesterday. We do a marketing meeting every Tuesday, and so the first meeting at the governor's mansion happened Monday night, and we had the event at Supper Club. So I was not able to make a lot of calls Monday night. So Tuesday I got the list of who was there, and so I started firing off text to everyone that I knew who was there, and I started to get calls. So this is a piece of legal paper. I don't want anybody to see what's on it, but it's my notes. But it's a piece of legal paper with parish aggregates I stole off of Terrio's desk to take all my notes. So it's like a two-sided, just my free hand. So I need my notes. Trying to see who's going to be there tonight. I know we reported there were. It was pretty packed. There were 16. We reported there were the top 40 donors were invited. 16 attended on Monday, and I know there are another handful that are expected to be there tonight. Some sent their regrets that they couldn't make it. Some that I also did speak to either the governor or to Dr. Roos via the phone. And then there were LSU dignitaries there on Monday as well. Lee Mallett, who's the chairman of the Board of Supervisors, Matt Borman, the president and CEO of TAF, Krista Allen, who's the president of the LSU Foundation, Verge Osbury, Jim Dalton, the chancellor, Liz Murrell, the AG, as we mentioned, the governor, Dr. Roos. So several other state dignitaries and invitees that were there. So I'm curious to see now that they had the first meeting and even more phone calls that I had today after we had the report a day ago. We had Charles Harvey in studio with us who was there and spoke on the record. The other folks that I spoke to off the record spoke to me on the record under condition of anonymity that we reported at LouisianaSports.net and here on the show. It was so interesting to hear that reaction, which I think you would all agree was sort of this unanimous reaction that people went in to that meeting thinking this is private equity. It was pretty glum. They were bracing for an ask. And then it flipped in there because everyone realized, oh no, they're not asking us for money and it's not private equity. And I think what it probably became was more people in that room saying, okay, well, how can we invest? Because they're thinking, how can we get a return on that? Something that's actually a revenue generator. So you can get a return on your money instead of just, here's $1 million, here's $500,000, here's $250,000 to pay players and getting nothing for it. This is a way maybe to actually get a return on your investment. So now that I spoke to one person who told me they spent the meeting actually just looking at other people just to see their reactions and to watch the body language go from, I think the way that Charles Harvey described it was somber to really interested. So I will be interested tonight. And I've got a short list of people who are expected to be there. I'll be interested to see if it's a similar feeling, identical feeling, different feeling with this group coming out of the meeting. Because now, this is the important variable that's changed. Going into the Monday meeting, it was the somber feeling when everybody thought, oh, this is PE or they're asking us for money. Well, now all the people going to that meeting tonight know what all our report and what the reports are coming out of Monday. So they're going in with a very different feeling than the people were going in Monday. So maybe is it more eagerness? Is there a higher bar and they're let down? I don't know. So I will be interested because it's just there was a fundamentally different set of circumstances and variables tonight than Monday because all the people going tonight have already heard the reaction of the people who went Monday. So if you're going tonight, you had the same feeling that the folks who went Monday did going in. Well, now you have a different feeling going in. So how does that change things? We'll see. So I know Greg Williams, CEO of Acrisure, was there on Monday. I don't know if he'll be there tonight. I would presume he will, but I don't know that for certain. Obviously, the governor and Dr. Roos will be there making their presentation, and I'll be curious to see how the rest of this goes. You know, it's a pretty presumably a transformative, first of its kind type revenue generating opportunity that we've described as best we could with what information we have, and we'll continue to work on that story to get you more details that we may have after tonight's meeting. So if I am able to get anything on or off the record that I'm able to report tonight, we'll have it for you over at LouisianaSports.net. So if you're not checking LouisianaSports.net regularly, let me just recommend you bookmark that and make that part of your day. It's free. It's a core component of what we do now. Obviously by trade we're radio or audio at 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, and for almost a decade now we've been in this video studio since 2017. So we've had audio, video. The pillar we were missing was the written word component, and that is LouisianaSports.net, and that is going to be a core component of what we do in perpetuity. So if you want audio, we're here. If you want video, we're here. If you want written content, we're here as well, and it's always going to be free. So LouisianaSports.net. So if we have an update tonight, we'll have it for you there at LouisianaSports.net. All right, so thanks for hanging out with us here. We're now got our final break of the show. When we come back, Jimmy will be here for Otter Locks. We appreciate you as always, for hanging out. We appreciate our friends over at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, title sponsor of our Hump Day shows all throughout the year. All right, final break. Jimmy's here with Otter Locks next.
AFR.
Oh, my goodness. Got an email earlier today from Miss Teresa at Clegg's, and this is the week Buckbusters is in. Terrio is going to be so fired up. Mo Bucks and Deer Corn, couple of weeks out, but it is time to start thinking about that trophy buck, and if you were looking for Buckbusters, they got it at Clegg's Nursery. We are starting to transition into the fall gardening time, weather permitting, obviously. But, y'all, Buckbusters is at all 4 Clegg's Nursery locations. Seagoneer Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. You want to beautify those patio pots, your flower beds, garden, and you want to bag that trophy buck? They got Buckbusters right now. Get on by and see them at Clegg's Nursery. When your next turnaround begins, remember River Parish Contractors, built for bigger challenges. When the next capital project moves from planning to execution, remember River Parish Contractors. Y'all, downtime is never an option. Who do you trust to deliver? River Parish Contractors has been there for 25 years, and now more than 500 employees. They have dedicated project management, safety, and quality professionals, 9 full-time estimators. They have 9 full-time estimators on staff, and a 32,000 square foot automated pipe and structural steel fabrication facility right there in Reserve. Love my friends over at River Parish Contractors, serving the Gulf. It's River Parish Contractors, rpcontractors.com, rpcontractors.com.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Down the stretch we come. Final segment here on a Hump Day edition of AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. One thing left to do. Let's find out what we're betting on tonight. It's time for Otter Lock.
Hot or locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
We did it! We got the honor!
How about that?
I ain't talked to you in a month, man.
How you been? How's the family? Everybody doing okay?
Yeah, man. Just
Erica waking up with a cup of coffee, screaming, "Lock of the week, lock of the week."
Oh, la, 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 la. Lock of the week, lock of the week, lock of the week, lock of the week, lock of the week. She loves the little otter. Tell you what, she loves those locks. Keep them coming. Got golf plays, WNBA. She loves a little tennis parlay, whatever you got. She's here for it.
Got a six-pack tonight, man. We had a small winner on Monday, and man, we were set up for a nice night. And some collapses. 3 runs in the last at bat for the Royals. Put that over by a half a run, and then we blow a 2-run lead in the ninth in Coors Field against Tampa Bay. But first of all, when you try and handicap, you got to take the emotion out of it. I love Paul Steens. I might like Livy Dunn even more. But Paul Steens in his last 6 starts have all gone over.
Okay.
And this is 15 runs on July 31st. 8 runs. It was only a total of 6.5. 19 runs, 16 runs, 16 runs, 10 runs. 15.82 average score in his last 6 starts. It's just give him a day off, a week off, a couple of starts off. That's exactly what Milwaukee did with their starter tonight, their rookie's been really good. He's a young arm as well, but he has not been good. Also, Pittsburgh, the second highest scoring team. Remember last year? They couldn't score a run for him? Second highest scoring team in baseball in August. Gives the over 7, Pittsburgh in Milwaukee. Baltimore, I believe they started. Trevor Rogers, 8 of his last 9 starts, 2 runs or less. Slight line here. People are kind of cooled on Baltimore a little bit, the public, since they were a seller before the trade deadline. Last start was not good. 4 earned runs against Detroit. They gave up 7 total runs, but it's a cheap price with a very good pitcher at home. We're going to take Trevor Rogers and the Baltimore Orioles.
It is
minus $1.28.
It is in game. They're headed to the top of the second, no score, but right now it's minus $1.49 with the Orioles.
No, you missed the bus there. That's a big difference.
They do have, by the way, I just got a 25% profit boost on DraftKings, so that brought it down to minus $1.19. So if you get the boost, you can still jump in.
Should I introduce you to our website?
Okay.
But
hey, what am I doing from 3 to 6? What am I sitting here doing for the last 3 hours? You give the picks to Hunt. He posts them at the website. I'm sitting here hosting the show. My apologies that I'm not sitting there checking your bets at 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm trying to do around the SEC.
Well, next time you evacuate for a fire drill, check the website and get down early. Cleveland minus 107, Tanner Bybee at home here. It's kind of just a little hunch pick here. Okay. I think Cleveland's ready to come back. They were a buyer, an aggressive buyer. They have the weakest schedule in August, and they're 1 game out of the wild card, 2 games out of the American League Central. We're taking the Guardians minus 107. Boston Red Sox. Boy, you should have heard Musso when you were going about a month ago. Said, well, the improving Red Sox. Yeah. 29-7 later. How you like me now, Musso? Minus 128. Sonny Gray, the Vanderbilt Commodore. That was the line earlier. I'm sure the public is betting the streaking Sox right now.
Minus $1.40.
Yeah, there you go. So the pitcher for the White Sox is in good form. So is Sonny Gray. Yeah, actually, his last 2 starts were not good. The last 6 before that. We like Sonny Gray in a short price there, minus 128 earlier. Kansas City got Bobby Witt back here last night. They won 8-2. Cameron has not given up a run in his last 2 starts, 15 innings pitched in those last 2, including last week, his start at Minnesota, where he shut out these Twins that he faces tonight at Minnesota. Kansas City get a little juice back. They really had a lot of energy back with Witt. 3 for 5, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. We're taking them. And another big buyer before the trade deadline, San Diego Padres, rubber game in a 3-game set in Arizona. I take the Padres with a favorable pitching matchup, very favorable pitching matchup, minus 123. One of those guys that they picked up, former number 1 overall pick, Casey Mize out of Auburn, gets his start. That might give him a little juice. Speaking of Detroit, where he came from, and Tarek Skubal, they've won now 10 of their last 19. So 10 and 10. I'm sorry, they are 20-9 now in their last 29 games, but they're still they gave up that pitcher, so 2 pitchers. So anyway, 6-pack for you tonight, Matthew. Good to hear from you.
Didn't Casey Mize lose to Mikhail Hilliard on a Thursday night?
I'm pretty sure he did. No, but Mikhail Hilliard, in the spirit of the House of Dragon, he's a dragon kill player. Yeah. He's a dragon player.
Oh, man. All right, Baltimore, Cleveland, Boston, over in the Pirates Brewers, Kansas City, and the San Diego Dads. That's your 6-pack there. If you missed any of it, get it at LouisianaSports.net. We're out or posted up there at about 3:30, but I don't get it until about 5:55. Where are you tomorrow?
Original walk-on, so Charlie can make a short little run after football practice tomorrow. So.
No. They practice tomorrow night.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. They go on to night practice.
1 minute remaining.
Back to the norm with the access after BK's wide open.
Hey,
policy,
Lane let us watch everything during spring. So
yeah,
we got a ton of access in spring. But yeah, now it's like, hey, here's your 10 minutes. Get out. All right, Otter. Thank you. Good luck.
All right, good luck.
All right, man. We'll see you. That's Jimmy Otter. After further review, brought to you by Parish Restoration, parishrestoration.com. Kill mold, remove odor, other harmful pathogens, parishrestoration.com. Go to the website. Get your quote right there. It's mold remediation done right the first time. Parishrestoration.com. Parishrestoration.com. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Jim Woodworth over at Parish Restoration. Does an awesome job. Great dude. Air Force vet. Take care of you. Have mold or think you might. Parishrestoration.com. All right, we're getting out of here. Thanks for hanging out. You missed anything? AFR On Demand presented by Brett Golf. Jeff Watson was here. Ross Jackson was here. We had your practice report at the top of the show. Tons of Lane Kiffin reaction. Miss anything, catch it on demand. Views, Cassie, thanks. Y'all have a great night. See you tomorrow at 3.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, I'm going to get on out the door, and I'm going to get on in to my Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport from South Point Volkswagen. Airline just north of Highland, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online, southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. You missed the 4th of July savings. I told you about it all through July. We're now into August. It's August the 5th, but there's always great deals over at South Point Volkswagen. They got the South Point Volkswagen Wholesalers Club. You can find out about those deals right now at the website, southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. How good do you think that is? The Wholesalers Club? Yes, please. Check out all the dealer specials right now at southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. 2026 Jetta, $1,500 customer bonus. Okay. Get $1,000 or $1,200 right now on 4 different models. southpointvw.com.